We should be live now. I never know. I understand why people have their little loading screen before stuff starts. Here, I have a starting soon screen too. See? Starting soon. Except we're good to go. Okay, so today we will be going over custom cards because this is the custom card review. This is everyone's 5th favorite custom card review show in which I, TheDuelLog, reviews custom cards that were sent in through the Twitter. I definitely didn't forget to post something and then did it like last second and only had 2 days for people to submit cards. But luckily, you guys still sent in a whole bunch, so it didn't really matter that I forgot. Okay, so in today's custom card review stream, we will be looking at True Mirage Knight and other cards which have overly specific summoning conditions. First off, let me see if Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro works. Decks. Okay, looks like we're good to go on that front, just in case. I almost always have to bring that up. Hey, how's your day been? I don't know. If my day was going bad, I probably wouldn't tell you guys. Actually, what the hell could even go bad? I can think of a lot of things that could probably go bad. Music's kind of loud. It's fine, I guess. Could be better. Like, I went to the store and bought some stuff, but I could have always found like $100 on the floor. You know, it could always be better. You were my first favorite custom card review, Giant Spider? Okay, I probably have the distinction there. I don't think any other custom card reviewers are literal giant spiders. Hello, Mother Spider. Okay, so I have this idea for a new series where it's kind of like the card logs, except I go over bad cards instead of good cards. And I want to start the series off with Mother Spider because it's a bad card and I'd love to talk about it. However, I don't know a good name for the series. What would be a good name for a series where I just go over bad cards in the same style I do the card logs? I have no idea. I'm going to have to brainstorm that. That's literally the only thing I have preventing me from doing it. Is I need a good marketable name. So anyways, let's get started. The cards logs? No. Basically Rada, but with my favorite Yu-Gi tuber. Yeah, kind of like the Legacy of the Worthless, except I'm not reviewing archetypes. The bad logs. No, I need a good marketable name. Forbidden Carb archetype. No. No archetype, no logs in its name. I hope he also reviews mine. It's my first custom card. Hopefully I review it Black Hole. The Graves cards. The Dumpster of Yu-Gi-Oh! Law of Pack Filler, fake card. Why Nobody Plays. No, that's already a series. Talk about Drytrons. Drytrons are good though. The Crud logs. The Blacklist custom cards. The Dank ranks. The filler cards. It needs a marketable name. This is very hard. You guys are giving very witty names. Witty names are not the same as marketable names. A marketable name is one where you read it and you think, oh, I want to watch that. If you just like, you know, for example, if I just call it the card logs, you're like, what the heck is a card log? That makes no sense. Forgotten for a reason. Tier -0 cards. The fake files. Watch this video. If you go to clickbait, no one will watch your videos. That's the thing, like there's diminishing returns on clickbait. Like clickbait definitely gets you views, but if you're constantly clickbaiting your viewers into watching something they don't expect, then they'll stop clicking on your videos. Like if you clickbait someone into watching a video, they're like, oh, that was an excellent video. I'm glad you invited me into it. You know, then it's fine. But like, what if you make low quality videos and you're constantly clickbaiting people to watching them? Eventually, they'll just stop watching all your videos and you'll lose a bunch of views. Luckily, none of my videos are like that, except the custom card reviews. Custom card review streams is probably the lowest quality thing I do. And even this, I put a lot of effort into. No, wait, my Friday streams are the lowest quality thing I do. That one, I'm literally just playing shitty decks on stream for like 2 hours. The card catalog? Excellent gimmicky name. Not marketable enough, sadly. I need to hire a marketer. Tell me, marketer, what's a good name for a series where I review bad cards? Starting with Mother Spider. Okay, so let's get into this. This first, what is this called? What am I doing again? Specific conditions? Oh, right. All right, so where's my arrow? Here it is. Just got to put that off to the side for now. The mother logs. These decks won't make the cut. Card slush pile. The pack filler logs. The forgotten logs. Nothing with logs in it. This card cannot be special summoned except by its own effect. This effect cannot be negated. If a Mirage Knight you control is banished by its own effect, you can special summon this card from your extra deck. This is hilarious. Let me bring up Mirage Knight for you guys. Okay, so Mirage Knight is a main deck monster which can only be special summoned by the effect of Dark Flare Knight. Dark Flare Knight is a fusion monster which requires a fusion monster as one of its materials, the Flame Swordsman, including the Dark Magician. So if you want to bring this card out legitly, you'd first have to bring out the Flame Swordsman, the Flame... Do I not know how to spell? How come none of these are coming up? Is he not called the Flame Swordsman? Is he just the Flame Swordsman? Looks like he's just Flame Swordsman. So first you'd have to bring out Flame Swordsman, then, you know, polymerization it with a Dark Magician to go into Dark Flare Knight, then have Dark Flare Knight be destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, and no other way. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Then you bring out Mirage Knight, and when Mirage Knight attacks, he banishes himself. Then you'd be able to bring out true Mirage Knight. So this is the summoning conditions for it. And what do you get for all that effort? This card summon cannot be negated, and card effects cannot be activated in response to this card summon. This card is unaffected by other card effects and cannot be targeted. Whoa. If it's unaffected by card effects, it doesn't need target protection. However, Venominaga also has that effect. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any cards or effects in response. This card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of all face-up banished monsters, which means your Dark Flare Knight. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can reduce this card's attack by 500, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. If this card inflicts battle damage, you can banish one card from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Wait, if this card inflicts battle damage, banish... Okay, that gives it an attack boost. If this card would reduce your opponent's life points to 0, make them 1,000 instead. If this card has 10,000 attack or more, you win the duel. You can only summon one true Mirage Knight per turn. So, first off... Okay, never mind. Looks like all the bases are covered on this. Yeah, it's a good card. It's really good. It's hard to bring out. It gets huge attacks. It's Ultimate Falcon with negates. This would be a game winner. This would actually make people want to play Mirage Knight. Because you get this out, you win. Like, there's just no beating it except if you have a not super, because unaffected by card effects. Actually, would super polymerization work on it? I don't know. May I send a card I made on Dueling Book to your Twitter, please? If you screenshot it and then send it as a text, then as an image, yes. However, I'm not reviewing any other cards that are sent in. It's too late to send in cards for this particular stream. Once the stream starts, I don't review any more cards. Is the instant win condition too easy? I mean, it doesn't need an instant win condition. Like, the card knows that. That's why it has a clause like, okay, this card wins too easily, so if it does win by normal means, you don't actually. You have to win by the instant win condition. You could still kaiju this? Yeah, you could kaiju it. It has no protection from being attributed. Next card, number RC10,000 Zexal of the Thousands. It is a level 13 card, I think. Or I think it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, it's 13. I was right the first time. Okay. With 1,010 attack and 1,010 defense. A little substandard, but whatever. Cannot be XYZ summoned. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by having either 10 number XYZ monsters on the field or in the graveyard with even numbers in their name, or 10 number XYZ monsters with odd numbers in their name, and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. So getting 10 number monsters in the grave is pretty difficult. It's not impossible. You can do it with like there's a lot of cards that send monsters directly from the extra deck to the graveyard, but none of them allow you to send, 10 easily. So that is appropriately a difficult summoning condition. The fact that there's specific ones doesn't really matter. This card gains attack equal to the number in the name of the other number XYZ monsters in your graveyards or fields times 10. Wow, that's annoying. Isn't there a number 1000 card? Isn't there like a number C1? What happens if it's a number C? Does it not count number C cards, or is it just numbers only? Number... Let's see, if we look at monsters, XYZs... Yeah, there's a number C1000. I see 1000. But there's no... Like, the highest number, I think, is 107 or 110. Like the normal numbers. Right? Is it 107 or 110? I think it's 107. I think 107 is the highest, like, pure number card. So if you have 107 times 10, 108? Is it 108? Let's see, we'll go with 108. 108 times 10 is 1080. So that's only 1000 attack boost. That's not so bad. When there's 10 of them, yeah, that's not so bad. That's a lot of math, though. I can't read? Well, luckily I can read it. And I'll read it to you. Imaginary attack. That's too much math. It's like linear equation canon. 107 is the highest, but number 0 would make 108. You guys, see, I said 107. You guys are like, no, it's 108. It's like, okay, I'll take your word for it. Let me see. What the hell is this 108 you guys are talking about? I type in 108 and nothing comes up. But if I type in 107, I get 3 cards. Curious. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Cannot be summoned. This card gains attack equal to their numbers. During either player's turn, quick effect. Target one number XYZ either on the field or in your graveyard. Attach it to this card, and if you do, until the end phase, this card's name and attack become that monster's name and attack, and it gains that monster's effects. You can only control one number. See 10,000 Zexal the thousands per turn. So, quick effect. During either player's turn, you can attach a number Xyz monster. Is Ultimate Falcon a number monster? I don't think he is. Yeah, he's not. I don't think any of the Raid Raptor cards are number monsters. The only one I can see this being good with is probably number 101, number C101, who can absorb cards. Or whatever Big Eye, number 11 Big Eye. That's probably another good one. Probably C101. Yeah, I was thinking that. Either C101 or 1 or 11 with Big Eye. Here, I'll show you what those guys are. I'm pretty sure not everyone has every XYZ card memorized. I don't. I just know all the good ones. So, we have number 11 Big Eye. Once per turn, detach, steal one of your opponent's cards permanently. C101 is the upgraded version of 101. Everybody knows 101. C101 allows you to absorb a special summon monster. Excellent. Attach it as an Xyz material. Doesn't require a detach to do it either. So, and if you do this card's name and attack, becomes that monster's name and attack. Oh, it so loses attack. Oh. I see. So C1000 is just Rainbow Dragon, but it's extra deck and 4 number cards. Rainbow Dragon? Rainbow Dragon doesn't do this. Wait, does he? I might be thinking about Rainbow Neos. Rainbow Dragon. Blah, blah, blah. This card gains 1,000 side for each monster into the graveyard. Banish all Crystal Beast monsters. Shuffle all cards into the deck. That's not Rainbow Dragon. Have you read C65? Effect monsters your opponent controls can activate their effects. Once per turn, detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack and defense for... While this card has Dijin Busters and Xyz material, your opponent's... What about this card? Your opponent's monsters cannot activate their effects. That's good. He's kind of weak, though. Their summoning conditions are similar? Not really. Its summoning conditions are similar... I can't think of a card with a really similar summoning condition. Like, on a general term, its summoning condition is similar to any card that requires a lot of monsters in your graveyard. Which is a lot. But like when you get a little bit more specific, there isn't really anything that has this. A particular summoning condition. Like Divine Neos? No, not like Divine Neos. The only similarities they have is requiring a lot of monsters. Anyways, next one. A very wise turtle. Level 4 reptile. With 4,000 defense. That's a little bit high for a level 4 monster. This card can only be summoned by its own effect. This card can only be special summoned when there's a full moon in the sky, while you have 2350 life points and your opponent has 7845 life points. Both players must have 32 cards in their graveyard and 2 cards in their hand. Both players must have an extra deck containing 4 cards. When this card is summoned, draw 10 cards, and if one of those cards is a monster, then you can summon as many of those monsters as you want that turn. So, the effect is bonkers. Like, ignoring the summoning condition, that effect right there is too strong. However, I think it's properly balanced by its summoning condition. It is somewhat difficult to bring this card out, so being able to draw 10 cards and then special summon all the monsters you draw seems fine for its summoning condition. I don't know. Next card, Gravity Binder Dragon. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by its effect. Once during your opponent's standby phase or end phase, if your opponent would draw a card, special summon this card from your hand to your side of the field. Your life points must be below 2,700 to activate and resolve this effect. Once per turn, if your opponent would summon a monster, negate the summon monster and if you do banish it. This one seems pretty easy to summon compared to the last card. So, during your opponent's standby phase, if they would draw a card, you special summon this card, as long as you have less than 3,000 life points. Did you see my JoJo cards? I did see your JoJo cards, yes. They didn't fit the theme of this video, so they won't be in today's stream. This is indeed a Link Joker card from Vanguard. Is it? Not overly... It doesn't seem overly specific compared to the last card, but this is actually pretty overly specific. It's kind of easy compared to the rest. Yeah. The Living Failure. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand during a duel. Your 3 or more card effects are negated by your opponent, at least 1 spell card, 1 trap card, and 1 monster card. You can only control 1 The Living Failure on the field. If this card is special summoned, place failure counters on it up to the number of your negated cards. When a card effect is activated, quick effect, you can remove 1 failure counter, negate the activation, and if you do, add it to your hand. Whoa. As long as this card has failure counters, this card cannot be targeted and unaffected by card effects. Gains 1,500 attack for each failure counter. Dude, this card seems like balanced. Like, it has so many... There's so many negates in the game that you could probably fulfill the conditions for this card by just playing against your opponent. Although getting the trap card on your second turn is kind of hard. Like, you need to get one of your trap cards negated, too. There are trap cards that have effects that can, like, negate themselves. Like, I think I saw Dizzy make a post about it. Like, or like that bait your opponent into negating them. Like, what is it? There's this greed card. Oh, I didn't spell that correctly. No, is it called? Yeah. Dark Spiritual Art Greed. Attribute one monster, draw 2 cards. Your opponent can negate this effect by revealing 1 spell card in their hand. There's also a counter trap card that allows your opponent to negate it. Like, this is like baiting your opponent into negating your cards. Because, like, if they don't negate it, then you get a strong effect. Like, tributing a dark monster for 2 draws is really good. There's also... I can't remember the name of it. I just know it's a counter trap card. Oh, here it is. Magic Drain. When your opponent activates a spell card, they can discard 1 spell card to negate this card's effect. Otherwise, negate the activation of their spell card, and if you do, destroy it. Is this card in Duel Links? Is this card in Duel Links? This would be really good in Duel Links. I kind of want to open up my phone right now to check Duel Links to see if it's in there. I don't think it is. But yeah, like, you could play a deck around the Living Failure to try to get your opponent to negate your own card effects. Because there's cards like Magic Drain or Dark Spirit Art Greed, which, you know, cheekily trying to get your opponent to negate your cards. That way you can bring this card out. And this card, when he comes out, is really strong, but he's not indestructible. Because its attacks and defense is dependent on how many counters it have, and it needs to use those counters to negate effects. But people don't use it. I want to run it. Nobody ever has spell cards in their hand. Nobody ever has more than 2 spell cards in their hand. It's been out for a long time. I want to run the card now. I want to play Duel Links. But I'm doing something else right now. You guys need to stop tempting me with Duel Links. How would you guys like it if I quit making videos and just streamed Duel Links every day? You think that would be great? Would that be a good career move? And it sucks ass in Duel Links? Yeah, probably. Look it up if you're using Dueling Book, Virus Storm. I don't know what that is. This card's really cool if its summoning condition was more clear. Yeah, you know, like with custom cards, you kind of just have to interpret their effects with the best intentions. You know, rather than trying to get too stickler on problem-solving card text. No, that'd be boring. Please don't do that. Yes and no. I don't know. I think that would be a really good career move on my part to quit making videos and just stream Duel Links every day. Like, who cares about, you know, the mountain of people, not mountain, the small group of people I have who work for me. They can just support me in my Duel Links streams endeavors. Okay, next one. Living Failure, really good card. I like it. I really like the cards where, like, their summoning conditions are incredibly specific, but also their effects are worth it and not ridiculously overpowered. I also like the Mimi ones. Like, this one was great. Okay. Enjenko, the Awakened Angel in the Sky. Can only be special summoned by banishing 4 different spells / trap cards that list the Sanctuary in the Sky or Parshath in its card text. Wait, from where? This card cannot be targeted by card effects while the Sanctuary of the Sky is on the field. Once per turn during your end phase, you can set 1 banished spell or trap card from your banished zone to your field. Can only be special summoned by banishing 4 different spell traps that list Sanctuary in the Sky or Parshath in its card text. Okay, so first, where does this card special summon itself from? And second, where does it special banish these cards from? From where? I'm going to take this in good faith and assume it means from the hand, and that it banishes cards from the field and graveyard. Yeah. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at cards that have the Sanctuary in the Sky in their card text. There's a lot of good ones. The Sanctuary, I don't know how to spell Sanctuary. So first off, there's Master Hyperion. It's not a target because it's not a spell trap, but that is a really good card that has Sanctuary in the Sky in its card text. The other ones are these ones. Sanctum of the Parshath, meh. Judgment of Light, oh, incredible meh, bordering on bad. The Sanctified Dark Lord, I don't think this counts. Divine Punishment, excellent card, probably the best counter trap card in the game, which is simply not played because of its activation condition. If you control the Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, then you can use this card, which has the effect to negate and destroy anything. Divine Punishment is an A plus counter trap card, which doesn't see play because of its conditions to activate. The Sanctuary in the Sky sucks, but it is technically the Sanctuary in the Sky. What about Parshath? Are there any Parshath cards? There is Parshath cards. There's a really good counter trap card with Parshath in its name. I don't know how to spell Parshath, apparently. P-A-R-S-H-A-T-H. Okay, so there's only one card that has Parshath in its name, which is not the Sanctum of Parshath. You should just play waifu decks like Magician Girl and Dragon Maids every day, top into the weeb market. Thanks for the super chat, FluxCap114. I will say, like, I love Dragon Maids. I know that's a joke. I don't even know if that would work. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work. Like, there's diminishing returns on clickbait. Like, you know, it's real easy to assume that, you know, you could succeed in YouTube by just clickbaiting the hell out of your audience, but there's diminishing returns. Like, people aren't dumb. Well, you know, arguably. But, like, the most part, the average person is not dumb. Like, they understand clickbait when they see it. And they understand trends and patterns. Like, if you constantly clickbait them and they're getting a shitty product all the time, then they'll stop clicking on your stuff. So, like, if you have a great product to sell, clickbait is just going to help you, but even then, there's diminishing returns on it. If you have nothing but garbage and you're constantly clickbaiting your audience, they're going to get mad. Debatable, doubt, you know, that's fine. You can doubt me. I'm just saying, based on market trends and research and anecdotal data, the best kind of data, are sure people aren't. Here's the thing, like, I'm sure you see, like, videos, news reports, talking about all the dumb things people do all the time. Just remember, it's only interesting to show dumb people. It's not interesting to show normal people. And the vast majority of people are, like, normal people who don't do stupid things. You're not going to see videos about people doing rational things. And that's what most people do. You know, we live in a society. But it's real easy, you know, thanks to psychology and negativity bias. Excellent psychological phenomena. You should look it up. We tend to think, yeah, that everyone's stupid because you probably have met a couple of stupid ass people, and you probably just forget like the hundreds of people you know who are perfectly normal or rational. We live in a society, exactly. Ina's streaming right now, isn't she? I think I was watching that before this. I was torn. I was like, should I watch Ina stream or should I watch the stream VOD, which had Renee in it? And I ended up watching the stream VOD, of course. Did you guys see Renee? She's gonna have a new, whatchamacallit? A new song coming out. She hasn't done a cover since King. I'm sure none of you guys care though. Okay, so, moving on. This card right here, I like it, but only because I'm a fan of counter fairies. Like, I'm a big fan of counter fairies. Next up, we have the card from the thumbnail. So here's the thing, Usewa. Yeah, I really want to see her do Usewa. I like Usewa. I don't like any of the songs I've seen people do of Usewa, but I feel like Renee could do it a good job. Like, Renee's King cover is my favorite. Anyways, enough about that. Ghost Belle and her revolver. Oh, this reminds me. So, like, when I was doing the thumbnail, this wasn't my first choice of card for it. My first choice of card was something I'll show you later. But I eventually got rid of it because I have this policy of no clickbait for the year of 2021. So my first choice was like, oh wait, this is kind of clickbaity. Let's switch it out to something else. And this was an excellent second alternative. This is a great card. I don't know if this is custom art. Well, it's obviously custom art, but I don't know if the person who sent this in was the one who did the custom art, is what I should be saying. Anyways, Ghost Belle and her revolver. A zombie tuner, 1800 attack, 1000 defense. Whoa, it's the opposite. It's the opposites. Oh, the gun's gonna get censored. Here, I'll censor it. I'll turn on my webcam. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about YouTube kun. I don't know why I said YouTube kun. I'm probably watching too much YouTubers. VTubers, I mean. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. When your opponent activates Ghost Belle in Haunted Mansion, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, special summon one Ghost Belle in Haunted Mansion from your opponent's graveyard, and if you do, negate the activation. While this card is facing on the field, your opponent cannot activate zombie type or psychic type monsters with 0 attack and 1800 defense. So it's basically a specific counter to Ghost Belle in Haunted Mansion. Ghost Belle in Haunted Mansion absolutely sees competitive play. But, like, when it comes to the Ghost Girls, the Ghost Girl hand traps, she's not as prevalent as, like, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. No, because it only works on Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion. Ash is more played, but Ghost Belle is also played a lot. Like, you can't really discount the viability of Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion. It's a specific counter to Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion, which also stops the effects of the other Ghost Girls. So it fulfills the conditions to be overly specific for its effect, while also having excellent art and a pretty decent counter effect. If it worked on all of the hand traps, I don't think it would be specific enough for this list. Since it only works on Ghost Belle, it fits in this list pretty perfectly. Mind Drain does her job, but better? Sure. However, this isn't Mind Drain. Let me turn off my face cam real quick, and we'll go into the next card. Actually, I should have turned off my face cam after I went to the next card. Next up, we have Imperial Whitehorn Dragon. Cannot be normal summoned or set. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute one Whitehorn Dragon you control, or banish 3+ spell cards from your opponent's graveyard, special summon this card. Okay, so I read this wrong. When I originally put this on this list, I thought it was you have to banish Whitehorn Dragon and 3 spell cards from your opponent's graveyards. Not one or the other. That makes it a little bit too easy to come out. Too easy for this list, I mean. Yeah, not specific enough. Special summon this card, negate all spell effects on the field, increase the attack of this card by 300 points for each of your opponent's banished spell cards. You can target one card in the field, quick effect, banish it, your opponent banishes one spell card from their hand or deck to negate the effect. You can only use each effective Imperial Whitehorn Dragon once per turn, so. It's too easy to bring out. It is a good card, yeah it is. It's an excellent counter card to Sky Strikers and stuff. Too easy to bring out. Next card, Angel 09. I need to get some water, I'll be right back. Forgot how much I talk in these. Okay. Ugh. Are both angels in? No, just one Angel 09. The other one was impossible to bring out. Well, not impossible. It's just like if you could bring it out, you'd win anyway, so there's no point. Angel 09. There was also an Angel 08, which is not in today's stream, but basically that one had the effect where if both players had no cards in their decks, then you could summon the card, but if that's the case, then there's no reason for you to summon the card because you can just end your turn and win. So, this one doesn't have an instant, you know, the one's a little bit more usable than the other one. So. What? You crazy. Duel Links cards never has Samochi. It's a biblical accurate angel? I don't know about that. Let's see. Level... Is it level 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it is a level 9. This is a VFD support, isn't it? You cannot normal summon / set this card. You can only special summon this card by this effect. If your opponent negates the activation or effects of your cards 5 or more times this turn with monsters or spell / trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. Neither player can activate card effects in response to this card summon. That's good. That means it'll hit the field. When this card is summoned, you can banish face-down cards of your opponent's side of the field up to the number of effects that your opponent used this turn. During your main phase 2, you can draw 1 card. Okay, so. You mean the virtual world Forbidden Dragon? Exactly. The draw 1 effect isn't once per turn? You're right. I didn't even notice that. Just assume it is. Because if it's not intentional, then that's ridiculous. However, I do like the idea of this card. It's kind of like Nibiru, except for negates. If your opponent's negating your cards like crazy, this card comes out. However, I think like your opponent can't activate cards when this card is summoned, and then it has a summoning effect. So I think your opponent can't respond to the effect. I'm pretty sure that's the intention of that. If that's the intention, then after your opponent negates your cards, this card comes out and basically wipes their field. Which is perfectly great. With non-targeting banishing face down effects. Very few cards have protection from being non-targeted banished face down. It's like a harder to use Nibiru. War Rocks? I guess War Rocks would stop it, because War Rocks, one of the cards don't allow you to activate effects during the battle phase. It's good against everything except War Rocks. Next one, Corrupted Goddess Anya. So this was originally my first choice for the card to place in the thumbnail. And then I decided against it for reasons which will probably be left unnamed. You guys will probably never understand the machinations of the decisions that go into making thumbnails. Oh, yes, I see clickbaity. Two big reasons. Dude, the dude who sends in these cards, I love the artwork he chooses. They're great. I think he gets them custom, but I don't think that's true. I think he just has one artist he really likes. He needs to send me the name of that artist, because he does a great job. It would be clickbait. It's in the video. Sure, that's true. However, I have a rule about no clickbait thumbnails this year. And I don't think I've made a single clickbait thumbnail all year. For research purposes, I see. 1 second. This one, this is fine. She's appropriately covered up. She's just showing her navel. There's nothing wrong with that. Is that midriff? There's nothing wrong with midriff. I don't need to bring out my face cam for this. Probably remove the window for sure. Okay, so let's look at the effect. So it's a rank 5 monster with great arrows. It requires 1 linked monster, 1 synchro monster, 1 XYZ monster, 1 fusion monster, and 1 effect monster. Oh, so no tokens. Must be link summoned. Whenever a card or effect is activated, quick effect, discard a card from your hand. Banish all other cards in the field, both players' graveyards, and each player's hand, then draw cards equal to number of extract monsters banished by this card's effect. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Damn. Instant fusion, link 1, Zodiac, low level synchro, any effect monster. Yeah. It's a spell speed 4, chaos emperor dragon. Yeah, exactly. Which allows you to draw cards. I don't think it banishes itself, right? Banish all other cards. Yeah. And it's in response to an effect that's activated. Which means as soon as this card comes out, you need to activate an effect in order to make it go off. However, if your opponent activates an effect, like maybe a Zodiac Trident to try to destroy this card, it doesn't protect itself, but it does allow you to banish everything in response. Effect is not optional. Yeah, so the first time an effect goes off, it's going to banish everything. And then draw a whole bunch of cards. Huh. Huh. Chain to yourself? Yeah, you can just chain yourself, kind of like the Harpy's synchro monster. Stack your hand once per turn. What is this, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s? Did you really call it XYZ monster instead of Xyz monster? Yes, I like to say that in the custom card streams. You'll notice that in all of my videos, I pronounce it correctly. However, Xyz is stupid. Okay. Next card. Excellent card. I forget who sends these in, but never stop stopping. Okay, well this one, ooh, this artwork's a little bit dicey. Okay, so, daughter of the great old one, it's Cecilia. I didn't even notice. If a monster is summoned to your field and the attack of all face-up monsters you control now equals 10,000, you can tribute all monsters on the field, special summon this card. If this card is special summoned by this effect, you can special summon one dragon monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. All monsters your opponent controls gain 1 insanity counter for every dragon monster you control. Monsters with insanity counters cannot activate their effects the turn they gain it. Wait. All monsters your opponent controls. Won't all their cards get destroyed, though? Because this card's summoning condition requires you to tribute all monsters on the field. Or I guess it's just monsters on your side of the field, since it doesn't specify your opponent. So if it comes out, they gain insanity counters and they'll lose 1,000 attack. I do like its ability to cheat a monster out of the extra deck, though. And its summoning condition is appropriately incredibly specific. Let's see, what would be the best card for this? Type dragon. If you look at dragon cards, let me go all the way down to extra deck monsters. Probably Zark, right? Supreme King Zark? Oh, shit. I didn't mean to move this. Why don't I have this fucking locked? Okay. I was trying to scroll down on my OBS instead of in the game itself. Okay, must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon a Supreme King Dragon monster from your deck or extra deck. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, no, I don't think this is that great. Armitile DNA Surgery would work. Hopebringer? Is Hopebringer better? Dragon Maid Rainbow Over Dragon. Ooh, this would be a good one. Odd Eyes Venom Dragon. Ooh, I don't know what this one does. Off the top of my head. There's literally no good targets. Well, there's some good targets. There's like just no bombastic targets. Like Ultimate Falcon. Hope Harbinger, Titanic Galaxy. Isn't that an XYZ monster? Let's see. Hope Harbinger. All right, there's synchro monsters. Isn't well, you don't want to shoot out. You don't want to cheat out Shooting's Quasar Dragon. Cosmic Blazer Dragon, though. That would be a good one. Let me type in Hope. Hope Harbinger? Nah, he's too generic. Isn't the second half of the effect pointless? It removes all monsters. It only removes your monsters, though. Beals, the Diabolic Dragons? Eh. There's some good cards. They're the good synchro cards. There's some good targets for it. There's only one answer, Quasar Dragon, free negate and floating. Sure, I guess that's true. If you discount the fact that Quasar can't attack, he is a good, Omni negate that floats into Shooting Star Dragon. Okay, next card. I can remove my face cam now. Flaming 1,000 Dragon. Flying Mammoth. Level 4 Beast, 1850 attack. Cannot be summoned except by its own effect. If you draw this card for your normal draw, and it was the last card in your main deck, reveal it and keep it revealed. At the start of your main phase 1, if this card is in your hand, is currently revealed due to its own effect, you can special summon it. And if you do, it can attack your opponent directly and do as many times as you want during each battle phase of this turn. So, the effect is strong. You get to attack with this card as many times as you want during your turn. Very reminiscent of the Chick the Yellow loop during the Macura the Destructor days. For those of you who don't remember, there's this card called Chick the Yellow. Dark Scorpion Chick the Yellow. It has the effect that when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one card on the field and return that card to your hand. So what you would do is activate Macura the Destructor, which allows you to activate trap cards from your hand that turn, and have a single copy of Call of the Haunted. You could just keep returning Call of the Haunted to your hand with Chick the Yellow after it attacks, and then attack an infinite amount of times. So it's very reminiscent of the Chick the Yellow Macura the Destructor Call of the Haunted loop. And the effects to activate it are actually easier than pulling off that. This would be better MTG because of scry effects. Well, I mean, cards can't attack the turn they're summoned in MTG, though. Which is lame. I hate Summon Sickness. It's a dumb mechanic. That's part of the reason why I don't like Hearthstone. Oh. Part of the reason I don't like Hearthstone is 1, Summon Sickness is annoying. And 2, it's too random. But I still like it infinitely better than Magic. In Magic, I don't like the Summoning Sickness either. I also don't like the attack priority system. And also, I don't like the resource mechanic. I wish all the new card games came out would copy Yu-Gi-Oh! And not Magic, because I don't like Magic on a fundamental level. Summon Sickness, you know the things all Toon monsters do? Where they can't attack the turn they're brought out? Every card in Magic and Hearthstone have that effect baseline. It's so slow, and I hate it. I hate slow games. Why do they want every match to last 30 minutes? It's so annoying. Pokemon doesn't have Summon Sickness? I know, Pokemon's great. I like Pokemon. Okay, so Flying Mammoth. Excellent card. Saryuja, you could definitely draw every card in your deck and set this up. Never played Shadowverse then. It's unbalanced and there's no defined meta because it changes drastically with every pack. I've played Shadowverse. I didn't really like it very much, though. Okay. Ooh, I like this card right here. There are cards that attack the turn they're summoned. Yeah, in Hearthstone, there's cards with effects called Charge and, like, Rush. And that's, like, a benefit of the card, allowing them to attack on the turn they're summoned, which I think is stupid. Every card should have Charge baseline. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's annoying that you have to wait a turn. So, this one right here, I like this one. It's called World Zone Eater. It's a level 10 Aqua Tuner. This card is also treated as a level 3 monster. Okay. Okay. That's so fucking random. Must be summoned by its own card effect. If cards whose original names are Forest, Wasteland, Mountain, Sojin, Umi, and Yami are on the field, in your graveyard, and or hand, you can banish them. And if you do, you contribute a Zone Eater you control to special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there, or hand, even if not. This special summon cannot be negated. Cannot be destroyed by battle. When this card is special summoned, your opponent can activate, set, or summon cards for 5 turns, even if this card leaves the field. Whoa. Whoa. After damage calculation, when this card battles an opponent's monster, destroy that card during the end phase of the 5th turn after the attack. Oh my god. It's like, so when it comes out, it's like a cold wave and a heat wave put together where your opponent can't use cards for 5 turns. And then it has Zone Eater's effect. If it attacks, destroy the card during the end phase of the 5th turn after the attack. So its summoning condition is like the 5 original field spell cards. Here, I'll show you one of them. Sojin, increase the attack of all warrior and beast warrior monsters by 200 attack and defense. And then there's also Zone Eater, which appears so often in top 10 videos, I'll probably have to ban him from my worst of videos. A monster attacked by this card is destroyed during the end phase of the 5th turn after it attacks. And it also has Cold Wave-like restrictions when it comes out. Cold Wave, which was recently banned in the Chaos Draft. If you guys watch the Chaos Draft on Hard Like Joe's channel that I'm part of. Cold Wave was such an oppressive card that it was the first card banned in the series. And it also has Heat Wave's effect on top of that. It's it's simultaneously a really good card with an incredibly restrictive summoning condition and also really funny effects on top of that. They are not good field spell cards. No, they're not good at all. This card is gross. I love it. Yeah, its summoning condition is overly specific, but the effect will win you the game. But also the card itself on the field, its Cold Wave effect is what's good about this card. The Cold Wave Heat Wave effect. Everything else about it is like too hard to use, and the card itself isn't really that scary because it's only indestructible by destruction effects, which is good protection. But like that's obviously not the point of the card. Imagine summon this monster and still lose. Yeah, you could still lose. It's great, bro. It's level 11 and level 3. True. Cold Wave was such a bad card for years, and suddenly monsters became the focus. Cold Wave is still broken. If it only lasted for your turn, it could probably come off the ban list. Probably. However, the fact that it carries over to your opponent's turn is what makes the card broken. Like, it's still strong even if it's just your turn, but the fact that it lingers for a turn is what makes the card too good. Go watch my video, Why Cards Are Banned, Spells, Part 1. Actually, wait, do I cover Cold Wave in any of my videos? Shit, I don't know. Red Reboot is also limited? Yeah, but Red Reboot can be done in response to something. Whereas Cold Wave is a, you have to use it proactively. Like, true, you could just use it proactively on a turn when you're going to win anyway. But at the same time, you could also just use Hey Trunade, which would accomplish the same thing. Well, kind of. Cold Wave is still better in that for it. And Hey Trunade does see play. Probably not as strong as Giant Trunade. So Cold Wave is still OP? Yep. If you wish to see why Cold Wave is OP, watch my video while I explain Cold Wave is OP. And then watch the Chaos Draft series with Hard Like Joe, in which I use Cold Wave to absolutely destroy him in 2 games. So handedly that he banned the card. It's also funny because he's going to ban Divine Serpent Ge next. And that was a card he didn't think was very good at the start of the series. So the fact that he's banning it is just like the ultimate irony. Next card, I really like World Zone Eater. It's definitely my second favorite of this list so far. With my first favorite being... let's not talk about it. Next up, Spell Obsessor. I like this card too. This one's great. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by banishing 6 spells from your graveyard. 1 normal spell, 1 quick play spell, 1 continuous spell, 1 ritual spell, 1 equip spell, and 1 field spell. You can only use each of the following effects of Spell Obsessor once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can excavate the top card of your deck, and if it is a normal spell, send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, banish it face down. And during this turn, you can activate the effect of that spell in your graveyard, even if you no longer control this face-up card. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target 3 of your banished spells, set them on your side of the field. So it's basically Diamond Dude. Except it works on any spell instead of just normal spells. Oh, no, it's only normal spells too. It's basically harder to bring out Diamond Dude. Let me read this again. Excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a normal spell, send to the graveyard. If this card is a graveyard banish, you can target 3 banished spells, set them on side your... Okay, so it has a floating effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target 3 of your banished spells, set them on your side of the field. It does not need to be face up in order to activate this. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. That floating effect's too strong. You can just detach this as the material or send it directly from the field to the graveyard and then get 3 spells on the field. Whoa. Whoa, that floating effect is strong. This would see play in any deck that regularly banishes their spells. Like, I don't know. I think Spellbooks are the only ones who do that. And Gold Sarcophagus meta. Yeah, I guess Spellbook's the only one who use it. Discard him, go +2? Yep, exactly. Eldritch. Do Eldritch banish their spells? Do they? I don't know. Don't Eldritch effects just activate in the graveyard? They don't need to banish? Let me double check. You would think I would know this off the top of my head, but I don't for some reason. How do you spell Eldritch? Eldritch. Oh my god. Eldritch. You can banish this card from your graveyard, set 1 golden land. Oh, okay, so you do banish them. That makes sense. I knew that. I don't know why I forgot. Okay. Ritual Necros weapon, Striker supports. Do Sky Strikers banish their spells from the graveyard? I don't think they do. Witchcrafter uses Spell Chronicle. Yeah, I guess a Witchcrafter would work. Losing hope for my card being reviewed? What card did you send in? Also, remember, I make no guarantees that I'll review your cards if you send them in. The best way to increase your odds is to pray for luck. Appliancer Micro Rogao. I forget how Appliancer cards works. If I remember correctly, they have really weird summoning conditions, but they have really good effects. Let me see. Just kill it. What's wrong? It's a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat microwave. What are you guys talking about? May I remind you guys, this is a pure and chaste stream. Okay, so we have Appliancer Vacuum Elephant. 1 Appliancer monster. Are there Appliancer monsters? Oh, there are Appliancer monsters. I don't know what any of the main deck monsters do. Okay. Cannot be used as a link material the turn it's link summoned. Can attack directly while it's not co-linked. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. If this card is co-linked, you can target 1 monster your opponent's main monster zone, destroy it. You can only use 1 Appliancer Vacuum Elephant effect per turn and once per turn, so it destroys 2 cards. That's good. How have I never heard of this archetype? Because no one plays it. Put Mother Spider on it? Okay. I don't know why you guys don't like the microwave kitty cat. But I'll put Mother Spider on it for you guys. Okay. So. I'm gonna drink some water because my throat hurts. Ugh. Ow. Okay. So, cannot be normal summoned or set. Mother Spider fits surprisingly well. Yeah, Mother Spider fits surprisingly well everywhere. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If you resolve all 3 effects of appliance or link monsters this turn, you can special summon this card from your extra deck. Wait, all 3 effects of appliance are... But appliancers have 2 effects. Not 3. You can special summon this card from your extra deck. Also, you can special summon 2 appliance or link monsters from your extra deck. This is considered a link summon. You can target 1 appliance or link monster you control, move it to another main monster zone, and if you do, banish all cards in your opponent's controls in that column. You can use this effective appliancer Micro Agao up to the number of appliance or link monsters in your graveyard that have been link summoned this duel and have activated and resolved all of its effects. This is confusing. I can understand that it's probably decent because all the appliance or link monsters have pretty good effects. They're just hard to bring out, which is why this card is easy to bring out. I mean, why this card fits this list. If you resolve all effects of 3 appliance or links. If you resolve all effects of 3 appliancer... Oh, okay. So you need 6 effects? Gotcha. That makes sense. I just read it wrong. Okay. That's a lot. That's why it fits this list, though. Past me, who added this to the list, definitely thought it was complicated enough to make the list. The current me, who's reading this, while distracted by chat, is probably not as attentive as past me. Past me is a genius. I'm always surprised at what past me is able to accomplish. He sets things up for me, and I look at them the next day, and I was like, whoa. This is a lot of work. Okay. So. Next one. Tabletop Master Zork. Zork is, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore, a very big, bad, evil guy. He's like the bad guy when they play Yu-Gi-Oh! D&D. He's also Yami Bakura's, like, his boss. He's like a really big deal. And then when he came to Yu-Gi-Oh!, he was a really shitty ritual monster with a dice roll effect. You know, which was reminiscent of its D&D counterparts, but the effects sucked. So, with that base set in mind, let's see what Tabletop Master Zork is. I can't read this. Let me make it bigger. Oops, wrong button. Here it is. This is it. I just don't know where it's at. Here it is. It was really high up there. Cannot be special summoned except by its own effect. After a card effect or a chain containing dice rolls resolves, if the total dice result of that chain / effects are equal or higher than 12, ritual summon this card from your hand by attributing monsters you control who combines levels equals exactly 12. Even if this card leaves the field, during the standby phase of each turn, the turn player rolls a 6-sided dice. At the end of the turn, halve the life points of the turn player, unless one of the actions below is performed. Watato. Dude, I can't wait to see their game. Get 1 or 6 as the dice result. Send cards from the deck to the graveyard equal to the dice result. Special summon a number of monsters with different types equal to the dice results. Take damage equal or higher to the dice result times 500. That's not even good. It fits the spirit of Zork. I also like this little effect over here. Don't need ritual spells. Lampooning the fact that this doesn't actually require a ritual spell card to bring it out. It doesn't need to be a ritual card if this is its effect. Like, ritual cards exist to be brought out with ritual spell cards. However, it is a homage to a ritual card, so it makes sense. And also, there is Chalice Slime. He doesn't do that, but he does have a effect you can use without ritual summoning it. So, excellent Zork card. He fits the theme of Zork being very convoluted. It's a lore card. Yes, exactly. His effect is kind of mediocre for how tough it is to summon, just like the original Zork. Duel Logs and Yu-Gi-Oh! Logs, perfect 2+1. He's missing his giant Zork monster schlong. Alright, we just don't talk about that. Next one. Bigger Invader. Is this custom art? So this is based on Yajiro Invader. If you don't know who Yajiro Invader is, you should go watch GCD's series where he tries to break the card, and he does an excellent job with it. And Yajiro Invader's main gimmick is that it can only be summoned to the middle column, and every time your opponent summons a monster, Yajiro moves to a column close to it and then destroys every other card in that column. And it's a non-optional effect, which means you can trigger it by summoning monsters to your opponent's side of the field. So let's see what Bigger Invader does. Cannot be normal summoned or sent. Must first be special summoned from the hand by attributing one Yajiro Invader that has activated its effect on the field at least 5 times. Well, there's the convoluted summoning condition. Once per turn, quick effect, move this card to an unused adjacent monster zone. Your opponent moves one of his monsters to an unused adjacent monster zone, and then destroy all monsters on the field that didn't move to another zone. Unaffected by the effects of other cards in the same column. Move this card. Once per turn, quick effect, you can move this card to an unused adjacent main monster zone. Okay. Your opponent moves one of his or her monsters to an unused adjacent zone, and then destroy all monsters on the field that didn't move to another zone. And then it's unaffected by the effects of other cards in the same column. So you can move this card, and then your opponent gets to move a card, and then you destroy every other monster. This isn't better than the original Yajiro Invader. Like, it's easier to use, but it's not really better than the original. Was an early effect the type of effect? Invade the board? Like, it's easier to try to destroy cards with this. But the original Yajiro Invader also destroys spells and traps, and this one only hits monsters. It needs to also hit spells and traps if it wants to really be an upgrade to Yajiro Invader. Why a once per turn? Exactly, it also has a once per turn, where the original one doesn't either. It does have a lot of attack, true. Next card, Life Synthesizer Dragon. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Oh, let me remove the arrow. Must first be special summoned by its own effect. If the difference between both players' life points is equal to the attack of the dark dragon type monster with the highest attack on the field. Oh, that summoning condition is funny. And if you do, both players with lower life points, no. And if you do, the player with a lower life points gains life points equal to that difference. If both players' life points is equal, you can pay life points until you only have 3,000. Return this card to your hand and special summon a monster from your deck with an attack lower than the amount paid. Damn, that's really good. Because the effect will equalize your life points. And then it has an effect if your life points are equal to basically special summon any monster from your deck. But the summoning condition is super specific. Oh, that's funny. So if the difference between both players' life points is equal to the attack of a dark dragon type monster with the highest attack on the field. That's broken. I don't know if it's broken because of its summoning condition, but like the effect itself is really good. But like not, you know, custom card broken effects. It's no Super Saiyan God Goku. Its effects are pretty reasonable compared to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. Anime moment, the monster. Yeah, it is This is a great anime card, also known as LSD. Yes, I see why. Next one. This one doesn't really have that convoluted of a summoning requirement. However, it seems to be a custom version of Mother Spider, so I have to review it. And it is somewhat difficult to bring out. So, the effect of metamorphosized Mother Spider is, cannot be normal summoned or sent, must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by attributing all monsters your opponent controls. While all the monsters on the field are in defense position and have the same type as the monsters in your graveyard. Oh god. If a card effect... So basically, like, if you only have insects in your grave and you use DNA surgery to change the types of all monsters to insect, then you can use this. Or you can just use Zombie World. Zombie World works too. So if you have Zombie World, it works. If a card effect targets an insect monster on the field, you can change one of your opponent's monsters to defense position, choose a monster your opponent controls as the new appropriate target. If one of your monsters changes battle positions, your opponent must change one monster on his side of the field to defense position if possible. If this card leaves the field, add one card from your deck to your hand that lists an insect-type monster in its card text. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. That's convoluted as heck. What the heck are you talking about? It only works like mirror matches. It's convoluted enough to make the list, but it's pretty easy to bring out compared to all the other cards so far. And in defense position, yeah, it's just like Mother Spider. Do you guys not know how Mother Spider works? Here, let me show you what Mother Spider is. Mother Spider, if you only have insect-type monsters in your graveyard, you can send 2 face-up defense position monsters you want to control to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. With emphasis on if you have insect-type monsters in your graveyard. If you only have insect-type monsters in your graveyard, this means you do need to have monsters in your graveyard. You can't not have monsters in your graveyard to use the effect. It's really annoying. I love this card. It's great. Becomes a MILF Spider. I don't know about that. Next one, Heavenly Star Archer Sansuna. Cannot be normal summoned or sent. What happens if they only use link monsters? Then you can't summon it. Easy as that. Cannot be normal summoned or sent. Must be special summoned from your hand by attributing one fairy type monster with an original attack of 1000. That is equipped with Silver Bow and Arrow. Silver Bow and Arrow is an equipped spell card, which just increases the attack of a fairy type monster by like 300. It's like one of the original spell cards. The original equipped spell cards just gave one specific type of monster a 300 attack boost, essentially. It's a very crappy equipped spell card. No need to really show it on screen. When you special summon a fairy type monster, add one Silver Bow and Arrow or one Arrow quick play spell card from your deck to your or graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, quick effect, discard one spell card, destroy the monster with the highest attack on your opponent's side of the field, and if you do, then destroy all cards they control in the same column. Whoa. Mother Spider looks very similar to your face reveal. It is very similar, but there's 2 main differences. One of them is that Mother Spider is a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I myself am a 300-pound psychic spider that exists in real life. What are some good Arrow quick play spell cards? Arrow quick play spell cards. There's anti-magic arrows. There's spell shattering arrow. There's only 2 of them. They're both fine, I guess. They're fine. Its quick effect is good too. Yeah, it's Durandal de Archor. I don't know who that is. So spell shattering arrow / anti-magic arrow support. I don't know how you knew both of those off the top of your head, Mr. Metal. Next one, Flying Duck. These look like plants. Is duck a type of plant? It does say plant type. Okay, so. Level 4, this card cannot be normal summoned or sent. This card can only be special summoned by its own effect if you control exactly 1 wind monster and 1 earth monster, and Your opponent controls at least one light monster. While this card is in your hand, discard one water monster from your hand, special summon this card. Oh god. During your draw phase, if this card is face up on the field, you can draw 2 cards instead of 1. Once per turn, you can discard a card, special summon a plant monster from your graveyard except flying duck. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add to your hand a plant monster from your graveyard except flying duck. Well, this would be a decent level 4 plant support monster if it didn't have such a ridiculous summoning requirement. Duck, is this Subaru? Subaru did just have a new outfit reveal. So it's tons of cards advantage for a discard effect. I don't know if it's tons of advantage. You can draw 2 cards instead of 1. That's a fine effect, but not something you want on a card that's this easy to destroy or hard to bring out. Once per turn, you can discard a card, special summon a plant monster from your graveyard. That's a good effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add to your hand a plant monster from your graveyard. That's also a good effect. They're good effects, it's just not enough for its summoning requirement. Sounds ridiculously specific for a 4-star monster. Yeah, exactly. The effects are good. They're just not strong enough for its summoning requirement. Next up, we have Vampire Finale. Whoa, you can tell a lot of effort was put into this card. A zombie type monster, a zombie dragon. Whoa, there's not a lot of zombie dragons in the game, is there? Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by Vampire Genesis. Vampire Genesis, if I'm remembering correctly, is a terrible zombie monster with a hard summoning condition that can only special summon zombies from the graveyard. Let me double check. Genesis. Oh, it's Vampire Genesis, not Zombie Genesis. Duh. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing a vampire lord you control. Cannot be special summoned other ways. Once per turn, you can discard 1 zombie monster to special summon 1 zombie monster from your graveyard with a level less than the discarded zombie monster. It's a worse zombie master. And Vampire Genesis sucks. He's a little bit easier to bring out than I remember. I must be thinking about the fire monster instead. Not just tribute banish. Oh yeah, banishing the vampire lord. Excuse me. It's still a little bit easier to bring out because it's not hard to bring out vampire lord. So it can only be special summoned by Vampire Genesis, which has level requirements. What's this card's level? That's actually relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man, this is actually kind of hard to bring out. Okay, yeah, this is appropriately difficult to bring out. You need a level 10 or higher. Are there even level 10 or higher zombies? Like, there are very few high-level zombie-type monsters in the game. Monster. A zombie. I'm looking. Oh, Eldritch. Oh, shit. Yeah, Eldritch. Just Eldritch. Just use Eldritch. Eldritch is 10. Yeah. He's literally the highest level zombie type monster in the game. Well, I mean, besides this card, which is the same, and he sucks. Huh. Yeah, you could just use Eldritch. Well, I mean, besides the fusion as well. Highest level main deck zombie monster. Because there's not a lot of high level zombie monsters. Okay, what is his effect? Your opponent cannot banish either player's cards. Oh. Once per turn, you can send the top 5 cards of both players' decks to the graveyard. Then you may special summon any number of monsters from either graveyard. Holy fuck. Once per turn, during your standby phase, after this card was sent to the graveyard, special summon this. Okay. Since it has to hit the field first before it can special summon itself, that's fine. Huh. You know, this was pretty reasonable until that second effect. Because the condition for its effect, oops, unless I'm reading this wrong. You can send the top 5 cards of both players' decks to the graveyard, comma, Then you may special summon any number of monsters from either graveyard. There's like no condition on this. Like sending the 5 cards is just the cost to special summon all the cards, which isn't a cost. That's a beneficial effect. That's really strong. It's hard to bring out, sure, but this effect is, I mean, I guess it's no worse than like Soul Charge. It is busted. It's 100% busted. That effect is too strong. Because sure, the card's hard to bring out, but it's not that hard to bring out for that effect. Especially since Eldritch exists. But you need to play Vampire Genesis. Vampire Genesis is not that difficult to bring out. It's just there's no reason to bring it out because it's like a worse zombie master. However, if bringing it out means you get this card out, then like you'll win the duel. It's like Soul Charge without the cost? Yeah, basically. I don't know. I guess, like, if you're trying to do this all in one turn, yeah, you would just regain all the cards. The effect's a little bit too strong. Just a little bit too strong. Just, like, dial it back a little bit. Like, maybe you can only special summon cards that it excavates. You can't search Genesis and Lord in the same turn? Maybe. Maybe it is good enough. Maybe if this card existed exactly as is, it wouldn't see play because it's too hard to bring out. You guys are making valid arguments. You're convincing me. Okay. Next one. Ruba, World Lightweight Champion. Cannot be normal summoned or sent. Must be special summoned by revealing it when it's drawn by the effect of Lucky Punch. I love this. Lucky Punch. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can toss a coin 3 times. If the result is 3 heads, draw 3 cards. But if the result is 3 tails, destroy this card. If this face-up card in the field is destroyed, you lose 6,000 life points. So you can only special summon this card if it's specifically drawn by getting 3 heads in a row. So that's a really hard summoning condition. What is the effect for this? This card's summon and effect activation cannot be negated. Unaffected by other card effects. Once per turn, cannot be destroyed by battle. If your opponent activates a card or its effects, toss 3 coins. And apply the appropriate effects based on the number of heads. 0, this card is unaffected by it. 1+, destroy it at the end of the turn. 2+, negate it. 3, you can activate that effect as this card's effect. Whoa. Whoa. Like, if you draw this card through Lucky Punch, you deserve this card's effects. It's not even that powerful, to be honest. Not once per turn? It doesn't need to be once per turn. Because of how ridiculous this is to bring out. Like, there's no way to guarantee 3 heads through Lucky Punch. And so there'd be no way to, like, stack your deck and then try to get Lucky Punch draws. Like, if you manage to summon this card, you deserve its broken effect. Because at least the effect is not, you know, you win the duel. Those are the most lazy kinds of broken effects. This one had some effort put in to theme it after Lucky Punch. Next one, King of Sequence. This one is real easy to bring out compared to everything else we've looked at so far. Just a reminder. So, this card is a Link 5 monster. Requires 2+ monsters whose levels are in sequence with each other. You may use your opponent's monsters to Link summon this card. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects this turn it is summoned. This card gains 800 attack for each monster used for its Link summon and gains effects based off the number of monsters used for its Link summon. So. Wait, it says 2+ monsters whose levels are in sequence with each other, but it's going to require 5 monsters. Because you need monsters with levels, which means you can't use Link monsters. So it's always going to gain the maximum attack, which is 4,000. And it's always going to gain the maximum effect. I don't think 2 monsters with consecutive levels. No, they need to be in sequence, though. So like it's always going to be 5 monsters because this is assuming you can use link monsters to supplement it, but you can't because of the effect. A consecutive. Let's see. Anyways, with 2+, this card can attack twice during your battle phase. Well, I guess it's meant to always give you the 5 effect, now that I think about it. Let's see. This gains effects based on the number of monsters used for its summoned. Wait, does it gain all of them or only one of them? And gains effects based... Okay, effects plural, which means all of them. Okay. Okay. This card can attack twice during your battle phase. Whenever you draw a card, draw an additional card. Oh, shit. Oops, I said a bad word. Whenever you draw a card, destroy up to 1 target on the field. After your battle phase, you may conduct an additional battle phase. This card... Wow. Wow. It attacks 4 times a turn. It allows you to draw extra cards every time you draw cards by card effects, and then destroy cards every time you draw cards. It's bonkers. Yeah, this is really good. It's 4,000 attack, unaffected by card effects the turn it's brought out. So unless your opponent just straight up uses Threatening Roar, you're going to win this turn. Unless your opponent has like a 5,000 attack monster who can't be destroyed by card effects. You know, like maybe a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Well, actually, yeah, if they have a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon who's negated 1 card effect with 4,000 attack, then that kind of walls this card out. Instant ban-worthy, infinite battle phases. After your battle phase, you may conduct an additional battle phase. We're going to assume it's just 1 additional battle phase. Okay, this card is broke. Oh, that's it. Okay. So that's everything. We need this card is bad. No, it's good. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon preventing OP's custom cards. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon unintentionally can counter it. And it's not even a broken custom card who's not hard to bring out at all. Okay. This concludes custom cards with everybody's 5th favorite custom card reviewer. I am your host, TheDuelLog. Is host even the right word for that? I don't know. Oops. You guys didn't see that. That's just the Trello, which has all the future Yu-Gi-Oh! Video ideas on it. Wait, why the hell do I have that there? Oop, my face reveal. Oh, I accidentally turned on my thing. Okay, so, before I go, TheDuelLogs, what I need from you guys are ideas. I need you guys to help me with a marketing decision. I have a new series that I wish to make. The new series is about bad cards, which, it's going to be told in the style of the card logs. I talked about at the beginning of the stream. But I need ideas for it. It's going to be a worst of series where I talk about specific cards. But I need a name for it. I was thinking something like the Terrible Card Showcase, except it's not. That's not it. I just need your guys' ideas. Card rejects. Thanks for the stream. See ya. Yeah, see ya. Also, for those of you here just for the custom cards, I'll be ending the stream like in 5 minutes. But also, I'll have the next idea up soon, and then it'll be on my Twitter, so just follow my Twitter for what the next custom card review idea will be. The worst of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a good one. Let me write that one down. The worst of Yu-Gi-Oh! Best of the worst? No. Unwanted cardboard? No. Card rejects, the bad bin, legacy of the worthless. Not legacy of the worthless. I won't be reviewing archetypes. Unwanted cardboard, the card trash. Do you do top 10 worst numbers in them, top 10 cards that have numbers in them? The cardinal sins. Hey, like the 7 deadly sins. That's a good series. The reject review. Oh, that's a good idea. The Reject Review, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dumpster Diving, the Pack Filler Logs. Oh, that's good. Top 10 overpowered retrains of cards that didn't see play because they released at the same time as the new super overpowered archetype win. The Cardinal Sin, the trash of the meta. The shit logs, cardiology. Stories from the bulk box. Worst slot of cardboard, Shadow Realm decks. Bad turn day, reverse meta. The discard pile. Ooh, that's a good idea. Thanks for reviewing my card. I made them the last one. My only connection with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is your channel nowadays. Gotta brush up on my card grammar. The last one, what was the last one? Sequence of cards? Oh, that's pretty good if your only interaction is through my channel. Excellent card, the Falcon Punch. The discard pile. The briefcase Kaiba tried to exchange. Pack filler is good. Pack filler Chronicles. Sure, I'll write that down. Pack filler Chronicles. The filler highlights. The reverse top 10. GX themed custom cards give every type and archetype an edgy boss monster. Was that a thing with GX? I don't think I know GX enough to review that. The Vile pile. The Trash pile. That's a good idea. Me Trash. The Trash Man logs. Custom bricks. The worst of the best. The worst. I don't know if that would work. Discard fodder. You say was wrong and here's why. Second rate dueling cards. The bottom logs. Nothing with logs. Needs more Crystal Beast support. It needs to be a marketable name. Not a catchy name. There is a difference. The thing with the card logs is that it doesn't really have any point. It's just talking about one card, so it can be anything. This one is a little bit more ground up to be marketable. So it needs a name which is basically telling people what this series is about. In as few words as possible. Without having to type in the full name of the series in every text, like a really long light novel title. Like the title could be, "This card isn't very good, and I'm going to be explaining why in this 13-minute video." Something like that. The worst of Yu-Gi-Oh! Would actually call attention just for the name. The worst of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's a really good one. The bottom of the barrel, that's a good one too. In Tribute of the Doomed, Mr. TheDuelLogs logs. The Cardinal Sins, reviewing terrible cards. Huh. The grass doesn't look greener. Did he start yet or is he done with the cards? Yeah, I'm done with the cards. The shit card review. Like Coco's shitpost review. We're doomed. I like that one. Write it down. Worst of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10 worst cards sexualized. TheDuelLogs stream at my break time. Are you feeling okay? Hey, the stream's basically over. Junk Warrior, Forbidden Trash, Yu-Gi-No! Bottom of the barrel might be a little bit too generic. True. I got reincarnated with trash cards. That'd be a good idea for a series. What is the next custom card topic? I haven't decided yet. Thanks for the super chat, Glossy Candle. How about the bottom of the booster? The bottom, the booster. Bottom of the booster. Bottom of the barrel. Those are some good ideas. Maybe I can combine some of these ideas together. The worthless. The bad, the worse, and the worthless. Ooh, that's a good one. That sounds like an anime name. I like it. It doesn't need to be short. Terrible Tuesdays? That's a good one. Terrible Tuesdays. That'd be a good idea for a stream name. And guess the shit card this week. Hint, not Zone Eater. Man, I'll have to cover Zone Eater one of these days. Ruling Nightmares for the next custom card review win. I want to make a series where I review... Not review. Where I go over, like, weird rulings. Tier Trash. Trash Tier. Ooh, Trash Tier's a good idea. Grandpa's Pathetic Cards. Ugliest artworks in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. The good, the bad, and the more bad. Cards so bad you might as well play them in Magic deck. Oh, that's too bad. Konami's Cardinal Sins. My Life as Orisis Red Scrub. Also, I can't find last week's God Card custom card review. Is it not in the stream? Let me see. YouTube Studio. Let me check real quick. If I go to live. And let's see. God custom cards. Add to playlist. No, it's in the VOD. It's there. You can find it in the custom card playlist or in the stream VOD playlist. But it won't be live on the channel. Like, you can't see it, it's just hidden. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Travis Mark. Excellent, excellent. The pack fillers. Konami actually tried to sell these cards. That's a good one. Okay, you guys gave me a lot of good names. These are really good names. They're so good that I kind of want to ask for ideas for the other one, too. Idea number 2. I have another idea for a series. Basically, this other series is I'll be using a character to start explaining rulings. Like explaining how the damage step works. And which cards can be used at different steps at the damage step. And in that series, I have no idea what I'll name it either. It's basically like card rulings. I was thinking about using Mother Spider as a mascot to show it, but I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm still brainstorming it. What would be a good idea for a series where I'm literally just explaining rulings? Tour Guide to the Underworld? That's a good idea. Dueling for Dummies. Avengers? No, not... It's not like a new player series. It's a comical take on explaining confusing rulings. Like on how if a Gemini monster is destroyed in battle by Dark Ruler Hades, then they become an effect monster in the graveyard because it negates their effects. You know, just weird shit like that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings for absolute incredible morons like you? Oh, that's a good idea. Why is chat going so fast? Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings for absolute incorrigible morons like you. Let me see. Rulings, names. Wow. Effects during the damage step was always the thing I effed up. Tour guide to the insert ruling. Mother Spider VTuber avatar. I should set that up. The thing is, setting up a VTuber avatar is very complicated. And time consuming. I don't know if I want to set that up. Go through the effort for a joke. A philosopher's guide to tribulations presented within the children's TCG. I.e., the worst cardboard I've ever laid my eyes on, or how I learned how to stop worrying about to love the card. Aren't those spoofs on book titles? The School of Pot of Greed. Well, it's too confusing. No one would understand it. The official Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulebook. That's funny. I like it. Dark rulings of the dark world. Weird rulings and oversights. That's pretty simple. and to the point. I like it. The rule logs, I like that. That's a good idea too. The rule logs. Heck yeah, the anti-EdTem guide to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! What's the word for a class you need to take after failing an exam? I don't know. The duel guides. The rule logs is actually a good one. Yeah, right? Head judging? Yeah, head judging's a good one too. Head judging, tour guide to the damage step, tour guides to targeting damage effects. The thing is, I don't want to use tour guide in the videos though. I don't want to use female characters if I can avoid it, because I want to be able to do the voices myself if I do any animated skits. And I can't do a female voice, and I don't want to hire a voice actor. However, Mother Spider is an exception. The real official rulebook. Why rulings are stupid? From Slifer Trash to Obelisk Chad. I'll write that down, that's a good one. Bad rules no more, so you tried to discard Dark Worlds. Oh, that's a good one. Ruling so hard to understand, they make Pot of Greed seem simple. Not the dual zone? Ooh, the dual zone. That's a good idea. The judge man, just pitch your voice up. Like
this? Is this my voice pitched up enough? Is this my voice pitched up enough? Is this my voice pitched up enough? How about now? It just sounds weird and awkward.
Dragon rulers. What's that? You missed the timing? Dual Academia rulings for dummies. Remember, these have to be like, the series has to appeal to a wide audience, which isn't just people who are subscribed and know me already. So like if you saw someone who had a voice changer like
this and used like Akiza as a thumbnail, like as a talking head, you'd probably think that's a little weird.
Or it'd be your thing, you know, could be. It's just it doesn't appeal to a wide audience. And it also is a little weird. The Spider's Duel Academy. Stop, please, stop. I'm just showing you why it's not a good idea. And you guys' visceral reactions against it are just kind of proving me right. Just play Edo so you don't need to know rulings. Exactly. Isn't the Dual Zone your Sears with Hardleg? Yeah, exactly. Hire a voice actor and we'll pay you back, Mother Spider. I could hire a voice actor, but I'd rather not. Because hiring a voice actor adds extra time to the videos. And I don't want to do that if I don't need to. For the Egyptian guards, how does this work? The ABCs of Yu-Gi-Oh! The ABC Buster Dragons of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoa. How's your crawler voice? Crawler voice. Do I have one of those? Let me see. Oh, blocks. Here we go. I don't have blocks saved? Oh, here it is.
Hello. How are you, chat? You guys. What is up? It is me, the TheDuelLogs.
You think Yu-Gi-Oh's hard? Play Mojang instead? No. The guide to the heart of the cards. Hello, singing robot. Stell, no? Oh god, no. Oh wait, I can do an Ojama Lime voice. You guys want to hear Ojama Line? Here it is.
Hello, I'm Ojama Lime, and I'm a baby.
Was that a Portal character? Yeah. Yeah, the Block's voice sounds just like GLaDOS from Portal. He said, here's the thing a lot in your top 10s, things on your say in your live stream. Here's the thing. It's an idiom I use. Baby lime, fuck yeah. What the hell? I could just have GLaDOS do everything.
Hello, it is me, the robot. What is a good robot card to use? I don't even know. It is me, ABC Buster Dragon. Today, I have taken over the TheDuelLogs channel, and we will be explaining the ABCs of Yu-Gi-Oh!
GX homework. Oh, that's a good one. Like ABC ruling Buster Dragons in the TheDuelLogs. That was copyright infringement. Copyright legit stop, please. I'll unsubscribe. I just joined. Do a video about everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh? What's wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh? Dueling homework. I know Void, he can do a lot of voices, like he can range between Jiren from DBS and a toddler. It's insane. Yeah, I need to learn how to do that. I need to practice voice acting. I was going to create like an unlisted channel. Not an unlisted channel. I was going to create a new channel where I just practice voice acting by reading stuff on the internet. Nothing's wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh? What does all those letters and words mean together? The Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated rulebook. I ain't animating nothing. Animation is so time consuming. Okay, I need to stop sleep depriving myself. Good night. See ya. Can you do a shape snatch voice? Let me see. Shape snatch. No, I don't have anything similar to that. Nope. Nothing similar.
I can do the baby voice again. That's about it.
Problem-solving card text. Now, that's like an actual thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Rule-Gi-Oh! Just buy more DLC voice packs. I mean, like, I have the thing that has all the voice packs. It's just like... I only have the good ones saved because there's too many of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay, unsub. Goodbye, Kevin. There's a lot of things wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the broken Ojama Yellow. Baby voice solves every situation. Baby voice is very... What's the word for it? Cringe? It's a Risu reference to know the voice pack is a thing. Wait, what did you say? Todachi... Just buy more DLC voice packs? It's a Risu reference? Is it? I know Risu did a whole stream
With the Block's voice, right? Ha ha, ha ha. Hello, prisoners. That's a funny joke. Ha ha, ha ha.
I'm pretty sure she used the Block's voice. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, Ojama Baby Lime. From 0 to infinite plus 1. Sorry, there was this really funny chat that someone left, which is hidden. Well, not funny. It's hidden for a reason. But man, people get super salty when I use the voice changer. Alright, see you guys later. Goodbye.